Salve omnes, and this is Acroasis XXVIII, or video 28. Today we're going to be talking about is-ea-id as it's used as a demonstrative, and the demonstrative idem-eadem-idem. So first, let's talk about the third person pronoun. Let's remember what it actually looks like. So here's a quick review of the chart. Remember the VIPs, the genitive and dative eus and ae, the ius and I pattern for almost all pronouns we've been learning so far is still showing up. So is, ea, id, eus, 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 ae, ae, eam, id, ao, 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 and then in the plural, ae, aa, aa, aorum, aarem, aorum, ais, 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 aos, aas, aa, ais, ais, ais. These are all the ways that we say he, she, and it, as well as they. Now let's take a look at idem-eadem-idem. Now idem-eadem-idem is very, very similar to the third person pronoun. So in the singular, you noticed there's idem and then ea and then idem. And then we have eusdem and aedem. Now you should start to notice there's a similarity between this and the third person pronoun. So take a look again at third person pronoun. Take a look at those forms. Now take a look at idem and look at the first part of the form. It looks almost the same. And that's because these are all forms based off of the third person pronoun. So make sure that you take a moment, pause the video, and write down these forms. Resume when you are ready. Okay, so now let's take a look at this. First, it's important to remember that this is the same dem word. So the word always is going to end in dem, no matter what case it is. The way that you tell the case is by the pronoun that's attached to the dem. So it also will help you take what the word means with you as well, because this word means the same. So idem, eadem, idem, it means the same. The important thing to also notice is that when you have a word like eum or eam, when you add a suffix such as dem to it, you're going to switch the m to an n so that the sound is more fluid. So now let's talk about how we're going to be using is-ea-id as a demonstrative. So instead of using hic or ile to mean this or that, we're actually going to start using is-ea-id as this, that, these, or those, when it's used as an adjective, not as a pronoun. Idem, eadem, and idem is always going to be the same. This is why it's called the same dem word, okay? So let's and translate some examples. You have 4 sentences here. Sententio eam rem, sententio eandem rem. We understand this matter, and we understand the same matter. This is using vocabulary from your stage currently, but also I've given you res rei, the accusative form rem, which means thing or matter. So take a moment, translate these either into English or into Latin, and then resume the video when you have finished to check your work. All right, let's check our work. Number 1, sentio eam rem. I perceive, feel, or experience this matter. Number 2, I perceive, feel, experience the same matter. Now notice eam is modifying rem. So here it's acting as an adjective. So it's not going to mean her. It's going to instead mean this. So I feel this matter. Whereas in number 2, we have eandem, which is one of the dem words that we are talking about. So it's going to mean the same. So I feel the same matter. Number 3, eam rem intelligemus. We understand this matter. And number 4, eandem rem intelligimus. We understand the same matter. And again, remember, we're going to use is-ea-id whenever we want to use this. And as an adjective, remember it also has to agree in case, number, and gender when it's being used as this. And we're going to use idem, eadem, idem whenever we want to say the same. And again, it's going to agree in case, number, and gender with what it's modifying. That concludes this Acroasis. We will be practicing this a lot in class, but don't forget to fill out your Google form. If you have any questions, make sure to bring them to class tomorrow. Valete omnes.